All right, y'all, this is my third attempt. I'm beginning to think that TikTok don't like me no more. No, but it has something to do with the storage. But anywho, I'm gonna start by saying I currently living with HIV and genital herpes. I'm gonna tell my story today about that specifically. Um, how I found out was through the hospital. Um, I was about to start a job and I was told I couldn't start it until I got a dermal taken out my face, which was here. Usually you have to go to the tattoo shop, but I tried going to the hospital, see if they could help or whatever. But they couldn't. But in the midst of that, there was a random doctor going around doing random blood tests for HIV specifically. And I was on the phone with one of my guy friends, and I made a joke. I'm like, bro, what if they say I got that shit? I'ma just embrace it, you feel me? We laughing about it. Me and him, we laughing about it type shit. Like literally 10, 15 minutes later, the doctor came back and pulled me to a room. I'm like, uh-oh, I know what that means. Something ain't right, you know what I mean? And he told me I was positive for HIV. I'm like, bro, I'm laughing at the doctor because I ain't trying to believe what he's saying. I'm in shock type of stuff. I'm like not believing what he's saying, basically. It took me a minute to adapt to it. But once I had left the hospital, um, I'm calling everybody, I'm texting everybody like, hey, bro, you need to go get checked. Like my previous partners, past partners, listen, go get checked. You feel me? I just found out I got HIV. You know what I'm saying? I don't know too much about it. They just told me they'll follow up with me the next doctor's appointment. So I really didn't know much about it until that first visit after finding out. So I was just stuck with a folder telling me about HIV, and that was it at the time. But when I did get to the first follow up appointment, the doctor was like, it's very rare, but your viral load is very low. And at the time, I'm like, I thought my stuff was high because I'm like, it was in the 7,000s type of thing. But he said it was very low, which meaning like basically I figured out right on time. I found out right on time. Like I just got it, probably not no less than a few months or whatever, or weeks or however that goes. But once you like in 100,000 stuff, that's when you probably more likely have to worry about AIDS if you don't have it already. So I thank God I'm blessed for you know my results that I got back in the midst of finding out and processing everything. He was like, it's like he said it was rare. He said there's no possible way that I have could have passed it to anybody. So that was my confirmation from God. Cause I'm like, what if I gave this to somebody? You know what I mean? Like I was really wondering, like I was really scared because I'm like I don't want nobody to try to like take me out or nothing because they like you gave me this da, 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 da. I don't know, I had so many thoughts, you guys. I felt like crap when I found out because I'm like this is I don't know, I didn't know how to feel. But what I learned about it, like I said, was the viral load. He told me, basically he's gonna start me off on Big Tarby since my viral load was already low. That he said it usually takes up to 3 to 6 months for you to become undetectable. I ended up undetectable within that first week taking Biktarvy. So I was like, what? I didn't have to wait that long because at first that was my worry. Like, I'm not going to be able to have sex. I ain't going to be able to do nothing. But, waiting 3 to 5 months, however long it's going to take to become undetectable. So I was still thankful again. Like I said, it was very rare, but I was very blessed in the midst of the situation of finding out. I am currently pregnant, 5 months with my baby girl. I had my first OBGYN appointment, and with that being said, they test you for everything. And I had me a little outbreak, and I was like questioning. I'm like, hey, listen, can you look at this? I don't know what this is down here. Can you look at it? And she swabbed it. She's like, it looked like a little ingrown hair, whatever the case may be. And so when she had swabbed it, I got my test results back the same day, later that day. And it came back positive that I was, or detected for HSV-2, which is genital herpes. And I was in shock because I'm like, dang, now that I got two diagnoses, like, how am I supposed to tell somebody that I got both? You know what I'm saying? So I was already planning to put it out there in the world for New Year's that I had HIV because I didn't want to be afraid or, have to keep telling somebody that I'm dating my story or tell them what I have. I want to be very open about it. But with that being said, what made me and encouraged me to be open like I am was because a lot of people was like, you don't need to be telling people your business. You need to stop telling people. Everybody don't need to know that, and you shouldn't tell people that. And I'm like, honestly, I feel like I should, because maybe I can help a lot of other people from getting put in the situation that I'm in now. And this can happen to anybody. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't come with a look. You can be married, single, a couple, whatever the case may be. Some people were born with this. You just never know unless they tell you. And a lot of people are afraid to tell you that they have these diagnoses. I'm not afraid, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm going to keep spreading awareness. I want people to know how real it is out here, and how common it is. Actually, a lot of people are living with it without knowing that they have it. But I want to encourage people to live in their truth, live out loudly. I'm living out loudly because, like I said, I'm not letting this define who I am, and y'all shouldn't let it define who y'all are. It doesn't matter what type of health issues you have. You know what I'm saying? It shouldn't stop you from being who you are. And with that being said, I want to break stigma. I'm advocating at different events, for people in my situation. I'm open to, respond to anybody who wants to just text me. I do plan on going live to answer questions on the behalf of telling my story. Some that I might have missed on here telling my story that people want answers to. So hopefully I can help with that. But like I said, there's going to be people that accept you for who you are and some people who won't. Whoop-de-doo. It's not the end of the world. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's really not the end of the world. Somebody's going to love you for who you are. All I encourage you to do is be honest. Let your partner know, or let whoever it is that you know that y'all can possibly get to that sexual, intercourse or whatever you want to do with this person. Let them know. Be honest up front. You don't have to tell them like right away, but you do eventually have to let them know. I legally had to sign a paper, off top because I have HIV. I also had to speak with the health department officer and let him know names of people that I did deal with. Sadly, it's against the policy for them to tell me who gave it to me, but I did end up finding out who did give it to me a year later. But like I said, it doesn't define who you are. Be honest. Live in your truth, because a lot of people are scared too, and this is why I feel like a lot of people are ending up in a situation like me. I wasn't told. Nobody told me. The guy who gave it to me, he didn't tell me because he didn't even know. He didn't even think to go get checked ever in his life, based off of what I was told from him. He's never been checked. So I just encourage people to go and get checked. You know what I'm saying? Live your life to the fullest, and don't be ashamed of who you are, because life still goes on. Like I said, some people gonna accept you, some people won't. Whoop de doo. It's not the end of the world. Keep going, and yeah, we're gonna move forward from here. That's all I really have to say. Like I said, this is my third attempt making this video, so hopefully this one goes through. If you have any questions, you can text me separately on this app or whatever the case may be. I will be going live either tonight or sometime this week. So yep, keep your head up, keep going. Bye. Okay, y'all, I know I said I was in the video, but I do want to put this out there. They do have prevention medication for partners who do want to deal with you and accept you for who you are. Um, go ahead and ask your doctor about that. They have PrEP, other medications that you can take to prevent you from getting these diagnoses. So I'm very thankful. I'm very grateful because, like I said before, they didn't have this help back then. So I encourage people to go and get that help, because a lot of people died from these diagnoses that I have. So just, think about that. You know what I'm saying? Don't be afraid, like I said. But I just wanted to put that out there. Health insurance covers all of that. So, you know, extra safety matters. So keep that in mind. That's all I want to say. Bye.